Have you allowed what happened to you define who you are? Or now that you've began healing, you don't even know who you are anymore?
Man, if those questions resonated with you, go grab your snacks, go grab your tea, your drinks, whatever you need to remain flourished. Get on the couch and join us for this episode of the Jay and Margot Show.
Woo, welcome back, everybody.
Man.
When we tell you this series has been a blessing, number one, and like we've said before, we are actually walking through a lot of this ourselves in real time.
Yes.
And it's, man, we've gotten healing and a lot to dissect from that. But
yes,
today's episode, we are calling, what is it?
Identity After Bondage.
Ooh.
Yes. And that can look like so many different things. So when we say bondage, that's what does your identity look like after hurt? What does it look like after trauma? What does it look like after disappointment? What does it look like after the pain you've experienced? Like, bondage is just, there could be so many things in your bag, in your luggage that you have been carrying around that once you've started to unpack, you're left looking like, who is this woman? Who is this man?
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do now? What does forward movement look like in my life? And that can be kind of intimidating.
Yes.
Especially if you don't know which direction to head in or what your next step is. So that's why we're here now again. We'll go back to, I think we don't say this disclaimer enough, but we are not licensed therapists.
No.
If you need to take this to the next level, go and find a therapist.
Yes.
I am all for therapy. Get you a counselor if you don't have an accountability partner or someone that you trust with what you need to share. Go find you one.
Mm-hmm.
They do virtual appointments now, online appointments. So if you find one that you like and they're 3 states away, do you do virtual? But get the help you need. And if you don't, I don't want to talk to a counselor, then hopefully you want to talk to God. You're going to talk to God because God is always speaking. And let me take that back. God is not always speaking. Sometimes he said what he's going to say. And we know what we need to be doing. But if you have a prayer life, go and talk to God because he will reveal to you what moving forward looks like. So,
or remind you of what he already told you.
Yes, yes. So, remember God told me maybe a few months ago, because I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Blah, 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 blah. God said, I'm not giving you anything else until you follow through and complete what I've already given you.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times, that's part of bondage, is that we compare ourselves to other people. We look at what they're doing. We look at how it appears to be successful. And it may very well be successful, but you don't know that backstory. You don't know how long it took for them to learn how to crawl, then from crawling to learn how to walk to running. You don't know the history of what you see right now. And so, like, God has been dealing with me on this, and I'm going to have to make a post. But my nonprofit organization recently attended an event where we were able to set up as a resource table. And I was really excited because in my mind, I'm like, man, we going to raise so much money. People are going to like be so excited about this vision and this purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We raised $80. For me, I'm like, it should be more than that. And I think about all these other nonprofits or organizations that they have an event and they're raising $15,000 or like, and my goal is $1,000. It was just to raise $1,000 over 2 days. But this is my beginning stages. Everybody that will one day know, live it through and be coming to Living Through for help won't know that there was times that I spent 2 days. And then I don't know how this story would be shared, but they won't know that on 2 days we only raised so much money, you know?
Right. And it's good that you bring that up, because I don't think people realize that your conceptions of what you think your life should look like. So what came in my head when you started talking about that is, people think that living the yacht life, being on the water, the vacations and all of that's making it in today's society, and posting it all over the social media. Well, let's just say you hook up with a guy and you're with a guy who can deliver that, but he's abusing you. Mm-hmm. And you stay in that because that misconceived idea that this is the kind of life I need to live to be successful, or say that I made it, and then you get rid of that, but then you're like, okay, what's the next thing to make that reality come true? And then you're just in a constant cycle. But that a misconceived identity or idea in our heads that will keep us in a cycle and not moving forward.
And I'll never forget the church we used to attend. The pastor used to always say that there will always be something that you'll have in prayer before God. And I'm paraphrasing it because I can't remember exactly how he said it. But I was like, no, because once my family has a dream house, once we are making good money, once, there's no sickness, all will be well. I'm not going to keep asking God for, I want that over there. I want that. He was absolutely right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it's not coming from a place of selfishness, but we realize there's more to life than what we have obtained. Now, should we be content? Yes. But this is focusing on purpose.
Yes.
This is, now that I know I was created for so much more, that God has me here for such a time as this, and the change that he wants to see or implement in the earth comes through us, comes through you. Now it's like that rest. It's like, okay, how do I get there, God?
Your capacity has grown. As you grow, your capacity grows, and it just elevates you to a next level. But that's a whole topic for the next episode. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Woo.
Oh. Okay, we'll talk about it. But yeah, so go ahead.
I think, like with this one, where we're talking about our identity, it's more of who are we now? That this is a topic of where we're coming from, because I do recall when, with my teenage pregnancy, what I thought success was the good paying job, the family that looks like they had it all together, husband and wife looking cute, kids looking cute, having fun, doing, all the stuff, and being perfect, like attending everything and doing it with ease, like there's not going to be no issues or this and that. And then when all that came crashing down during the divorce, it was like, who am I? Who am I without the marriage? With divorce came that title, and that's a stigma. I started to carry that around. So then when I wanted to move forward with my life, guys would look at you like, okay, you've been married and divorced already. Like, that was a bad thing. And also, depending on who you're with, when you're going through divorce, people will say things like, nobody's going to want you with kids. I know a lot of women, whether you've been married or not, when you've had children prior to healing, you think that in your head, somebody planted that seed. So we start taking on a false identity, and where we feel like we're actually healing and walking, we truly haven't let those things go, because we're carrying around those false labels. And where did they come from? It took a lot. And even now, there are some things that got exposed recently in my life, that decisions I was making regarding my children and what they can do was trauma-based decisions, where I felt like they were boundaries. they were things ingrained in me too when I was growing up, though. And like we were talking about sleeping over at other people's houses. My parents didn't let us do that. But as I started thinking about it, when I had my best friend, my parents did let me go over. I was in high school though, and spend nights with her. Maybe it only happened like 3 times my entire high school life.
Mm-hmm.
But like with my kids, nope, because I had something happen to me. And what's crazy, and somebody brought that up in the class, is like, because usually, we could spend the night at our relatives' houses because that was family. And they're like, trauma usually happens within the family structure. I'm like, you absolutely right. So I'm saying no to my kids going off with friends because of what happened to me. And that was with family.
Mm-hmm.
And that was crazy when that was brought up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. But I can't remember exactly what you said, but I remember where my next question was. So I'm piggyback off of something. I think you guys are going to get to see a Jay and Margot conversation that usually happens off
screen.
This is our 7:30 in the morning conversations or our midday conversation.
Yep.
Like these are usually our on the phone conversations.
Yes.
Because I meant to ask you this before we recorded so that I could talk about it and I forgot it. God has not let me forget it. So this is what it looks like. So I was going to ask you, because we're talking about identity in the class that we're in. We have a homework that's due next week. Mm-hmm. And so I identified which room, or I chose the room that I am going to present on, and that's identity. But here's what I struggle with. So I have dealt, because I no longer deal with it. I no longer live in it. But I have dealt with the spirit of rejection my entire life. And how that has shown up in my life is that I people please. Mm-hmm. I over explain. Mm-hmm. I don't say no. And then I'm a chameleon, for lack of a better term, because I'm able to adjust and adapt to whatever situation, whatever group I'm in, whoever I'm around. Mm-hmm. I'm flexible. I'm like, oh, is this what you need? I can be that. Or is this what you need? Mm-hmm. Oh, I can be that. Mm-hmm. But now, because I'm healing, I don't know because we have to say what I'm going to do moving forward. How do you move away from, I know you can say no, mm-hmm. but it's not in me to just always be no. But now that I realize, oh, I'm over here in this community hoping to find my tribe, or I'm over here in this community hoping to try and find my tribe, or I'm with you. How do you now? Because to me, in my head, that means isolation. That means, oh, is this what I've been doing? Oh, screw y'all. I'm going to be like my husband. I could be at home every weekend. I could be at home every day. I don't need to take another course class. I don't need to be on another committee. I don't work home. Do we DJ? Yep, that's me and my husband. Do I do things with my girls? Yep. But all this other me trying to...
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Look, well, I'm good.
And
that so when I tell them, everybody gets to know now.
And that's exactly, remember I told you that's exactly what I just did, got done accomplishing, because let's take it all the way back. We actually have an episode about this and I can't remember, but when I start saying it, you're going to remember. Because we are identifying what our God-given purposes in life are. Mm-hmm. If you don't know what it is, and I love the way that they explained it in that class, if you don't know what it is right now, you should be in service to other people, mm-hmm. whether it's at your children's school, at church, just some kind of group where you have healed, where you can help other people heal. Usually it's tied to what you've been through. Okay. Now we know what our purposes are. Mm-hmm. So every morning you wake up, you're supposed to ask the Lord, what would you have me do today, Lord? If you don't get your answer, you know your main goal is your purpose. First, it's God, your family, your purpose. Now, when I say your family, because you have to give time to your loved ones, like you said, your husband and your children. children in the house, let me clear that up. People you are immediately responsible for. And
But even if they have children outside the house, though, like
I had to say no.
No, I mean, like if it's a dad watching and his children, like he got children, like two different houses.
He's immediately responsible for them still, though.
Oh, okay. Well, you said in your house, like only the children that live with you.
I said that. Yeah.
Oh, you mean under 18?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, so we're talking kids that you are legally still responsible for. Because them grown children. Okay, but because I was thinking dads that may have like 2 or 3 baby mamas.
He's still immediately responsible.
Okay. Or even women. I don't want to be.
Yep. So if they've got responsibilities like sports, things, you need to show up. You know, as much as in your power, you show up. Okay. Yes. So then after that, then it's your purpose. So what does that look like? Your nonprofit, because we talk about that a lot. Let's take that. Today you have an event. So you have to go prepare for that, do what you need to do. That's your main focus. Hey, there's an after party. Why don't you show up and blah, blah, blah. Do you really need to do that? Do you need to attend? Do you need to attend your second cousin's daughter's baby shower? No. Do your church who has 50 million events, that seems like they have an event every other week. Do you need to attend all of those? No. Do does it directly affect your purpose?
Well, but see, here's where it would be. So let's go back to the after party. So am I going to show up at the event, set up everything? Yes. But I would have said yes to the after party because the after party is after the event and I got time. So yeah, let me go. Cause who knows who I'm going to meet there? Who knows whose hand I'm going to shake? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I would go. And then now I'm tired. I'm exhausted. You know what I'm saying? And then tomorrow there's we DJ, we this, whatever day follows. People see my calendar as like, oh,
you do a lot.
Goodness, you do a lot. So I wouldn't pull away from my purpose, but I don't have time to just rest, to just be, to just soak in the success of the event. The simple fact that we raised $80. Like, that's great because it could have been $0.
Right. So. And the only thing I would say, the only reason to me that you should say yes to something like that is if there was some big hitter that could help promote your thing, that somebody said, hey, come to the after party. I would like to introduce you to them, but they're not here at the event right now, but they're going to come to the after party. Then you say yes.
But and yes, we're learning that now, but for someone that's still or haven't identified that this is why they're showing up at everything, because now I don't even need that. God just put me in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. Because usually those people that you're destined to meet, you will meet based on the things that God's showing you that you should be attending. And just like me, I get a lot of, hey, we talked about this a lot, meeting my purpose partner. A lot of people, go to this singles event, go to this, go to that. Well, you know what? That kind of event, does it line up with my purpose? Am I really going to meet my purpose partner there? Did the Lord give me the unction to go to that event? Not saying that I could meet my purpose partner in the grocery store and it has nothing to do with my purpose. But if God told me, okay, don't go to Kroger until 7:00 on Friday night. I'll be like, why? That's outside of my shopping time. Don't question it. Do it. Because that's usually how it happens. It takes you out of your routine. And it goes the same thing for your purpose. Like, let's just say you have certain calendar things lined up. But if God tells you, no, you need to be over here, then that's when you step outside of the regular plans that you would have.
Yes. And I want to go back to something that Margot said about showing up for your children. I'll never forget, my girls were young. But I was so wrapped up in church. I was in the choir. I was working in the children's ministry. I was on the dance team. I was on the evangelism team.
Wow.
I don't know if I was.
I'm getting tired listening.
Right. I don't know if I was one. I think I was one of the mentors for the young women's group or the girls group that we had. But every time, Monday through Friday, Monday through Monday, or Monday through Sunday, I was at the church, choir practice, dance practice, whatever. And I'll never forget, my daughter was playing basketball, and I told her I couldn't attend a game because it was on Wednesday, and we have church on Wednesday. And I'll never forget, I think it was on a Sunday or something, I don't know. All I know is God said, if you don't go to that baby game, he said, I know you love me. He said, you serve me. He said, you were obedient. He said, but your daughter needs your support.
Yes.
She needs to see you in the stands. Let me deal with men that will have a problem with you not showing up.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. You're right. Because after God, our home is our first ministry. And right now I need my pen, y'all, because I need to write some things down. We're in, my husband and I are in training, a ministry training at our church. And we are, we have monthly readings and things to go through. And last month's reading, I got the revelation that I haven't missed a thing. In my head, I'm like, oh my goodness, if I would have known what I know now sooner, I could be so much further ahead. I could have been done what God has shown me or what he's wanted me to do. And God said, no, your daughters are your first ministry. Your husband is your first ministry. As you serve them, as you take care of them, you're being obedient to my word. Because what God, the doors that I truly believe are going to open within the next year of my life, my twins graduate 2027. And am I still going to be there for my children? Yes. Am I going to support them, provide advice to them when they ask? Absolutely. But what God wants me to do, it would have pulled me away from being the wife that he wanted me to be, from being the mother that I needed to be. And God is a God of order. So now that I have raised them in the way that they should go, so when they are older, they won't depart from it. Now they may depart. That's going to be between them and God. Yes. I've done my job. I've been obedient to what God has told me to do. He's responsible for them now. I got to give them back to him. That's something that I'm learning also as a part of my identity, because I was so wrapped up in being their mother that with my two oldest girls, I'm like, I'm lost.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do? Yeah. I'm trying to hang with my 25-year-old, my 21-year-old, not in the clubs, but just, hey, y'all want to go to the store? Hey, y'all want to go to party on McCarty? Like, I let them babies go live their life. I got to trust God.
Yes.
But now, instead of me just out here doing what I want to do, okay, God, let's get it. Full on purpose. So now I'm confident in knowing I haven't missed anything. And that's one of the things I love that what we learned in class last week is that the appointed time, like God has pointed to a timeline or a time in my timeline, in my life, to say, this is when this door will open. And it's not going to be too late. It's not going to be too early. It's going to be for the time that he pointed out. And I think she said something like, the calendar isn't, I don't even have that notebook with me. But basically, it's not going to happen a second sooner, a moment sooner. So now I got a year. I got a year to really become disciplined. And that's one of the things, one of the notes that we have is that it's not discipline after discipline. What is it? It's
deliverance.
Discipline after deliverance. So now that I have a year to become disciplined and setting the foundation for my nonprofit organization and setting the foundation for my incredible imagination. And if God decides to reveal anything else for me, everything else is a distraction. Everything else is meant to pull you away.
Yes.
From what God wants to do, for how he wants you to play your part in the kingdom.
Now, don't get it twisted, though, because we're not saying that you're not You still need to do self-love. Take care of yourself during this time. Don't be so drilled into this, and only this. Always go back to God first, your family, your purpose, and then, taking care of yourself, meaning go get your nails done, that's not frivolous things. That is a distraction. No, that's what keeps you feeling full. You're like with me, I have a purpose, but then I also have creative outlets that fill me up as well. So, like, let's just say you're used to being in the club. So instead of being in the club, I have a creative outlet now. And that creative outlet makes me feel good, keeps my brain going, in healthy ways. So actually, that's part of rebuilding your identity, shifting from old habits into new habits. And
what she's covering is new patterns. That's one of the things that we have, is new patterns. And so with new patterns comes balance. So we're not saying don't turn into the Scrooge. Balance as in what you used to do, you don't do anymore. Where you used to go, you don't go anymore. Not saying that you have to completely cut those things off, but if you're 70% in the club, 30% purpose, flip it.
Yes.
You can still have a good time.
Of course.
In honor and respect to God. Yeah. So I'm not saying don't go out there and get sloppy drunk. That's not what we're saying. But if you're a social person, or find a social club if you like to be around people. You know what I'm saying? That's what that looks like. So for me, my saying no to the after party, or I'm probably won't, if it's my cousin's baby shower, I'm going, or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's where you have to make sure you are still dedicating and devoting time to what God wants you to do. So when you come home, or when I come home from that baby shower, guess what? Am I doing something to see progress in lit? Am I doing something to see progress in my incredible imagination? And right now, just being transparent, I'm not. I'll do a little bit here. I'll do a little bit there. And it's not consistent. It's not every day. I have to follow through. So like with the connections I've made, being set up as a resource table, I now have to make sure I follow up. I need to contact those 2 people that I talked. Well, the one that I talked to, she was like, I want you to reach out to me, because then remind me to tell you, because I'm not at liberty to share this on the recording, who she wants to introduce me to.
Amen.
So now Monday will roll around, and guess what I'll do? And I gotta get better at writing notes or putting it in my calendar. Won't even think about it. Tuesday, won't even think about it. How it works for me, it's like 2 weeks later. And I'm like, oh, I never email, because I get so caught up in the day-to-day motion of life that no, when I'm at that event today, I need to set a reminder in my calendar for Monday to send those emails, or call her and be like, hey, Margot, this is Jessica from Saturday. We talked. I'm the one from Lit. Oh, yeah.
Or, you can schedule those emails now too.
And that's the thing.
Pre-do them and then
it's
set
being
it out.
Intentional with doing that. There's no reason why I can't have an email preset. But what I want to do, I sometimes say I'm not a people person, but I'm a people person. And years of moving in, who do you need me to be? Who can I be for you today?
Yes.
I know how to talk to people. I know how to communicate with people. I know how to draw them in. And even if I don't draw them in, we've talked about this. People are just naturally drawn to us. So I'm going to be intentional with making that phone call, because I don't want to send her an email and it gets sent to spam or something like that. I'm going to call her and be like, hey, let's talk. Or kid, you want to meet for coffee? Well, tea. I don't drink coffee, but that's what that looks like.
Yes.
That follow through. So can I go to an open house? Yep. But is my email schedule? Or while I even sit there at an open house, it ain't a program going on, I'm doing this email while I'm at the open house. Whatever. Balance while you create new patterns and habits, as Margot said. Like, How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it?
Yep. I think we're actually to our time.
Oh, we are to our time.
Yes.
Yes. So take some time to identify or work on discovering your identity after bondage. And be sure to join us for next week because that will actually be the last episode in this series of Journey to Deliverance. I need to talk to Margot about that. So yes, come back and join us next week. And thank you for joining us on the Jay and Margot Show. Have a good night.
Bye.